Had your face though.
Gemini's can be like that.
Listen, I am
Oh,
one.
it's
I
perfect.
totally know where we're coming from here. All right. So, where we left off last session, you guys were going through a bit of an early orientation with Melinda Bitterblossom, a Witherbloom teacher, junior teacher, who was helping as part of the faculty's orientation to show you guys around preliminarily before the scavenger hunt starts. She had taken you to a couple areas, not very far into the actual library itself, but you guys had briefly parted with her for only a few moments before a small kerfuffle broke out in one of the fountains up here. Um, one of the mages who was tending to the weeds and helping with his restorative magics to uh, revivify some of the plant life that had withered uh, was caught unaware by a couple of um, like active shrubbery. Uh, they had begun to like grab and bind at him, and he cried out for help. After just moments before the teacher had dismissed herself to go attend to a silk ball student who had been severely injured in the last match. So you find yourselves, the five of you, um, well, the four of you, currently staring, facing off with these two brush-like creatures who are like entwined around this mage, who finds his hands bound, his mouth basically gagged by the vines, and unable to really use any magic to free himself. But before we start the combat, we get a look at the entrance to the library of this shifter-like human, uh, reptilian scales, pale white skin, his eyes a yellow reptilian look, running down the hallway. We see a couple faculty members like reach out to step in front of him. He darts past, ducking underneath them as he sprints off. What we notice is in his hand is a black coin purse, recently acquired, hefty for what he expected, but you can see in the background one of the older faculty members is only just realizing that his coin purse is missing, and we see you now, Croak, climbing the stairs to the amphitheater to get a look to see who's chasing you. You turn around, seeing that there is nobody currently following behind you, which is when you hear the commotion off to your right hand side. And over here, you notice a couple of fresh new students in their in their silver first year student robes, same as yourself, currently like looking on at this mage currently like snared by a bunch of like thorny vines. What do you do, Croak?
I guess I'm gonna get lost in the confusion, and I won't turn down the chance to take part of a garden kerfuffle.
Okay. So did you want to like approach? Did you want to?
Do I just move my guy myself?
Yeah. So each square is 5 feet. Your character is going to have a set amount of movement. Specifically, Croak, you have 30 speed, which means you move 6 squares in a turn. So feel free to move yourself 6 squares in any direction. Even diagonal counts as 1 square. So perfect. So that's your movement action. You still have a bonus action or a regular action, or a bonus action and a regular action that you can take this turn. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
What's like a bonus action? Is that just like an attack?
So, something we talked about, for example, as a bonus action, you can shift into your like wild form, giving you those benefits that your particular race gives you. Another alternative would be like as you are a fighter with your greatsword. When you are finding yourself like injured, you can take a moment, use a bonus action, and heal yourself a little bit, but only once per long rest. Like those are just examples of some of the bonus actions.
Oh, okay, but I can't move again, can I?
No. Oh well, I shouldn't misspeak. You can use your action on a turn. You can change it into a movement action, so you can move again. That's called the dash action. Um, should be on your D&D Beyond sheet. Should be a list of actions that you can take, or it'll be in the basic rules. Here, I'm just going to pull it up here. I thought I had it up to date here for you. Actions. Yeah, so actions in combat. So type of actions you can take. You can attack, cast a spell, dash, disengage, dodge, help, hide, ready something, search something, use an object, grapple something, shove something, or improvise, which is usually just a catch-all term for like doing something that's not listed in one of those options. So a dash action is basically you use your action to basically give yourself another like bit of gusto to sprint just that little bit farther, which gives you another 6 squares of movement.
Okay, maybe I'll dash then.
Okay.
Can I do another 6?
Yep.
And I'm gonna go down this accessibility ramp just because I'm a fat boy.
There you go. Okay. Can I get everybody to roll their initiative for me, please? And the way that you guys will do that is you guys will click your characters, make sure your character is selected, and then once your character is selected, you're going to go into your character sheet, which is the third tab on the white sidebar. Make sure that you're open on your character sheet. So like Croak, you're going to go open it up, and you're going to see basically on the second tab, you're going to see it says character sheet. It's going to say Croak Bog Pot. In the middle section, there's going to be one that says armor class, initiative, speed, and so on. You're going to want to click the word initiative. Tell me if you're having trouble finding it.
Okay, I'm kind of stupid and I'm not finding it.
Okay. So, uh, where are you right now? What can you see on the white sidebar? Like so on the right hand side, you can see the sidebar, yes? Like where the gear was that you changed your name. There's going to be a third tab. It looks like a little journal or newspaper clipping.
Oh, okay, I see that.
Okay, so if you click on that, it's going to switch your sidebar over to character sheets, basically. One of them should have like a little sub tab that says characters. You may have to open it up, but you should see Croak inside there.
Okay.
So if you double click on that, it should open up. And then you're going to have to click over to the character sheet tab.
And then I just click initiative.
Yeah, you click the word initiative and it will roll your initiative. It looks like Oodle needed that explanation as well. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to get you guys added to the turn tracker here, which for some reason seems to have disappeared on me. There we go. If you guys don't have your character selected when you roll, it will not mark your initiative down. So let me just do that manually here. Croak, you did good. Noodle did good. Nithlia, fine. Ayland.
Would you like me to re-roll?
Nope, you're fine.
All right.
Jotting it down right now. Just manually sorting you. Okay. We will have these here. Okay. And we will. Okay. All right. So, first to act on the first round of combat is Nithlia. Nithlia, what would you like to do?
Um, hmm,
So, just to clarify, like what's going on right now, this
hmm,
mage is currently grappled by both of the shrubs.
grappled by the shrub.
Yeah.
Mm, Leah doesn't really see any threat towards her and her friends yet.
Okay.
Um, so she's just going to help, I guess, maybe solidify or keep or tighten the shrub's grip
Okay.
on him.
Okay. So,
Uh,
okay. And what are you trying to cause that to happen? Like, what's your
mm, I mean, she doesn't really have any prerogative here. Like, she's not really gonna help out because she doesn't see any reason to.
okay?
She
So
just
she
sees someone running and she's just like, oh shit,
okay.
does anybody care?
Okay. Cool. Did
Right?
you want
So
to move
I
at all?
don't. If anything, I'll move into the plants again.
Okay.
Um,
Move a little bit closer.
that way, that way she's more prepared.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. The shrubs are going to take their turn. And the first shrub is going to lash out at the closest target it can see. So it's going to whip the mage that's there with its lashes. Which you see the mage who's clearly like unprotected at the moment just gets. You see a couple of gashes like open up on its robing, shredding it a little bit, and he yelps in pain. The second shrub's going to make an attack on the same target. I'm just going to get rid of that for now. But the second one, as it lashes at him, you notice like it strikes the other shrub instead, and like the mage just barely like tries to wiggle free, but unfortunately is still unsuccessful. Ayland, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Hmm. So I see. Is the middle shrubbery the one that's just in the circular pot? Is that actually blocking my view, or is it for
It's
the
not really
second shrub?
blocking. Like it's like a maybe like a 2 foot tall like cement like base, and then the shrub
Okay.
grows out of that. But like you can still see past it. You can see there's like shrubbery moving, and you can see the mage pretty clearly.
He looks like he's well distressed, or is he actually like?
Well, right now, like the vines have got his mouth, like basically, he's unable to speak. He's unable to gesture, like, um, because you can cast magic. Like for you, that would be almost crippling, as a spellcaster.
Right. Okay.
Seems to have no way to free
Uh,
himself.
Well, I'll give him some help, I guess, at this point. I don't know if these things are going to be able to hear me for what I want to do here. Let's see. Let's see what this thing says here. Hold on. Just looking at vicious mockery. If I can actually, it's an
Sure.
action, is it? Okay. Well, we'll see if it can deal with this or not. I'm going to, basically the closest one to me, the one that looks like it's within range of my attack. I will viciously mock the plant.
Okay.
This is basically uh, how I would do that. Something to the effect of like your limbs look, or your branches look weak, and your leaves look withered, and see if they'll hit or not. It's a wisdom saving throw for it. You want me? Let me press the.
Okay, sounds good.
There you go.
That's great. The shrub will make his saving throw, and he fails.
All right. So
Roll your damage.
I got damage. Sorry, I'm looking at where the damage is. There we go. 2 psychic damage.
All right.
And
Go ahead.
and then what I'll do with my bonus action is, does it look like he was injured at all by that?
Well, I was going to describe it like after you were finished what you're doing, but like as
Sure.
you like as your words like ring out, you notice the shrubbery at first like goes from its like lashing to like it almost as if its like limbs lift up to cover wherever its like ears are, as if to try and block out the sound. But
So okay.
and then it like turns in the direction of you, as it like locks onto who's speaking to it.
And then I will give bardic inspiration to the wizard that's trying to escape his thing.
Okay.
Maybe you can
Okay, and that's a
help
D4,
him
yes?
roll. It adds a D6.
D6, okay. We'll use a little trophy to indicate that he has been given the buff.
Yeah, I just gotta mark my thing off here.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. With that being the end of your turn, Oodle, it is now your turn.
I am going to back up though. So.
Yeah, sure, by all means.
There.
Okay. All right, Oodle. It is now your turn.
I was kind of watching this and really liking the idea of just shit talking bushes, doing some damage to it.
Okay.
So with this shit-eating grin creeping onto Oodle's face from watching Aelin just smack talk these bushes,
Yep.
he also comes forward when do vicious mockery.
Okay.
Uh,
However,
what do
you
I
don't
roll
have
for this?
vicious mockery as a spell? Question mark? Oh,
Should. It's on
Hang on.
my Beyond.
yeah. Hang on. That might be one of your other spells. One sec. Is that your once a day spell? Question mark.
Cantrips.
Let me just double check.
Vicious Mockery's a cantrip. So.
Yeah, you get it from your silver quill thing. Okay, let me just add that real quick. My fault. I didn't have that readied. I will have it ready in a second. I was doing character pop-outs for all this, but I think I'm just gonna do this now. Okay. Also, just so that you guys are aware, you can actually hold shift and double click your character token to open up your character sheet. Should work for you guys in a pinch as well. Or close it, I guess, if it's not on your window right now.
Nice.
How do you do that?
You hold shift and you should be able to double click your character's token.
Oh, that's handy.
Just in case, like, rather than having to go to the character sheet token every time. It didn't always work for me, so I didn't want to say for sure, but they've like fully enabled that feature function now, so. Okay, thaumaturgy.
Black me.
And viscous mockery. I was making fun of it because I accidentally typed viscous, but, you know, apparently we just did that again anyways. Okay. So now you should have vicious mockery, and I will get your first level spell added right now. Right.
Who also takes a look at Barry Slaughter, who's just frozen in time for some reason.
No, he's acting. I have instructions.
Kind of walking into a wall like an NPC at the moment.
No, I
Gotta
haven't.
wait for the next patch.
I have instructions from his player.
Cheese comes on. It's just like, hey, so why did you do that thing where you took down your pants? I don't understand.
Jeez.
Can we tell Ryan that?
A day.
Just click on this?
Yeah, you should be able to just click on it.
Ruben starts taking down his
I'm not
pants.
happy about it.
I took down my pants just like Barry.
Look how Diana gets it. Open the door. Let it out.
There we go.
Does this pop up again?
Yeah, you'd have to switch it back over to your chat log if you had it.
Not that pillow. Not that pillow. I see it.
Okay, so Oodle's up to date. Okay, so were you targeting the same creature that Ayland was, or were you targeting the other shrub?
Oh, I'm gonna terrorize like the same one that Alan was, because he seems to just handle it worse.
Okay. All right. So at first, now it like it recoils from Ayland, like your words. You can tell it reach it, and then like as it like focuses on you with its ears like closed, it realizes like you stop speaking for a moment. So it like as soon as it like moves its appendages away, all of a sudden the Oodle, your words strike true, and again it like immediately tries to clam shut, but a little too late. It looks shaken by the power of both of your words.
Oh, I've seen thicker bushes on dwarves. Look at you, man. You're worthless.
Nice. Nice. You know what? That was pretty good. I'll give you inspiration for that. I like that. That was good. That was clever. All right. So Oodle, once this session, you can let me know. I've clicked inspiration on your character sheet. Once this session, you can choose to spend your inspiration to basically give yourself advantage or give something disadvantage. So what this means is essentially in a situation where you'd roll a d20 for your check, you can roll 2d20 instead. This counts for combat with your attack rolls. This counts for ability saving throws, and this also counts for your ability checks like athletics or deception or intimidation or so on. So just let me know when you want to use your
Double crit
inspiration.
with it?
But what's that?
And technically, like double crit or like double like 20.
Well, you
Yeah.
would roll both, and you would get the better result. So like if you rolled an
Okay.
18 and a 2, you'll take the 18. Even if
Alright.
your inspiration gave you the 2 roll, you'll just take the 18. It just gives you a better chance of rolling better.
I don't know. Keep that in mind.
Okay. Awesome. So that was your action for the turn, casting Vicious Mockery. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn, Oodle?
Like here.
Move. If you have any bonus action abilities.
Is that next? Oh yeah, Barry is right next to me.
Yep.
Counts as an extra. Playing bonus action.
Yes. Like so there's 3 things you can do on your turn. Take a move action, use an action, and use a bonus action.
What I'm doing right now is like my bonus action. Right?
Well, you've used your action, yes. So if you have any skills that say as a bonus action do X, you can use those. And then you still have your movement for the turn, which is equal to your speed. You can no longer take the dash action due to the fact that you do not have an action to use.
Oodle just blows a raspberry. That's it.
Okay.
Then he's done for that.
All right. Croak, it is now your turn.
I guess I'm gonna keep running.
Okay. So just click your character there. There you go. All right.
And maybe I'll run a little bit more, even though this is upsetting my asthma right now.
Okay. Croak, I will say, you do carry hand axes on you. Did you want to like use one as a throwing weapon?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you got 2 hand axes at your sides, plus your greatsword on your back, like tastefully sheathed with your silver cloak, because you have the silver first year cloak on, and then you have however you have your greatsword sheathed, and then however you have your hand axes sheathed. So you can just take one of those out and just huck it at one of the creatures if you'd like.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
At the one closer to me.
Okay. So for this one here, which I will mark with a green dot, this one I will mark with a red dot. I hope neither of you are red-green colorblind, or none of you are red-green colorblind. If not, I will have to change it. So you throw your hand axe at the green one. So what you're going to do is on your character sheet, a little bit lower than where you saw the initiative, there's going to be a list of like your attacks and spells.
Okay, I see them.
So one of them is going to say hand axe. So you just click hand axe in this case. Perfect. So you rolled an 11, which is greater than its AC, so you roll damage. So what you can do now is you see where, if you go back to the chat box, or if you can see the chat box, which is the first button in the white sidebar.
Okay, I see that.
You see where it says hand axe?
Yeah.
Click that. And that rolls your damage. So there you go. You deal 4 slashing damage as the hand axe buries itself like dead center on this shrubbery. And you just see it like split in half, but its arms are still wriggling.
Take that, nature.
Oh my.
Okay. So that's your movement and your action. Do you have any bonus action things you want to do?
Can I actually move a little closer? Or
No,
was the hand axe my...
I want to use your inhaler if you're asthma.
Yeah, your bonus action inhaler. No, you've moved.
Yeah, I'm gonna just wipe my chin. That's the end of it.
Okay, I was gonna say, so because you've moved 30 feet, which is your move action. You can't move any more this turn without using the dash action. But because you used your action to make an attack, you won't be able to use your action to make a dash. So yeah, that will be it for your turn. Barry says he looks at the shrubbery, and he says it reminds him of an orc he once knew. And so he takes his weapon and he attacks. Perfect, it did pop up this time, good.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. I was trying to read something.
No worries, you're good. More than welcome to do that. Just don't spam the chat and you're a-okay. More than welcome to put it there if you need to read it or clarify something. So what you guys see is he pulls out a dagger, and from the dagger you see a bolt of erratic magic as it blasts out from his hand, an eldritch blast. Oh. Oh, I almost crit. Damn. Which does hit for 4 force damage. As you guys watch as this shrubbery just is hit by this eldritch blast, the energy crackles to its limbs, and all of a sudden it burns to a cinder and returns to ash.
He just pulled that out of his fucking back pocket. You see that shit?
We're gonna have to go to the slow-mo replay for that one.
Nithlia just cries. Or she starts to tear up.
Oh no.
It's just trimming back the weeds. That's all we're doing.
Barry's going to move closer to Ayland. Otherwise, end his turn. Alright, Nithlia, it is your turn.
So all right. Nithlia kind of upset and understanding the situation and sees that her friends maybe want to help this person who's being attacked by the shrubs. They're just like talking shit to these shrubs and she just thinks that's the best they can do. So she just kind of wants to get it over with. So it's gonna pain her to do this, but I'm gonna see if I can burn up that shrub by casting Sacred Flame.
Okay. So, there you go. Perfect. Alright, DC 9 Dexterity save.
Ooh. Damage? Question mark.
Yeah, I've got to roll the Dexterity save first.
Ah, okay.
And it fails poorly.
Rip. Oh, rest in peace.
So, roll damage, please.
Roll damage.
Didn't it?
What's that?
It's a 6 radiant.
Oh yeah, no, the damage is there. Sorry. Wow, oh, great roll.
Oh.
Yeah, so it takes 6 damage as the radiant flames strike this shrub, and you just watch as this like clearly overgrown, this like snarl of magic and weeds like begins to like slowly contort and like burn as its like limbs shrink from the damage. It seems to be quite heavily wounded from that. And it is. Is there anything else you would like to do this turn, Nithlia?
Can I cast another spell?
Cast a spell is your action for the turn. So unless you have a bonus action that allows you to cast a spell using a bonus action, that would be the only way. Some of your spells may say as a bonus action you may do this. You'll have to check the spells individually.
Okay.
But like some cantrips will allow you to use them as a bonus action. Some spells will say as a bonus action you like create a shield, stuff like that. But
It doesn't really say specifically for what I want to cast, so.
Okay. Then I will say, yeah, for this turn, that would be everything that you can cast a spell for. And then,
Okay.
so you have, if you have anything else that lets you use a bonus action, or if you would like to move.
No, I'm good here. That's
Okay.
fine.
All right. So the shrub that's still standing releases the mage, and angered by this radiant bolt that is just like this radiant fire that had just like shriveled it from like half into half the size it once was, lunges at you, Nithlia. As it does so, it gives the mage an opportunity to make an unarmed strike against it.
Is he still restrained or no?
He is not. The creature released him in order to charge at Nithlia. And misses the creature.
Wait, the creature misses me?
No, the mage that
Oh, the mage misses
released.
the creature.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
mage like tried to grab at it and like pull it apart as the creature tried to run away at you.
He does have his bardic inspiration.
That's true. That's what you said, a D6?
D6.
That does hit. So I will roll a D4 for unarmed damage. Roll 1D4. All right, so you see as he like grabs the limbs of this creature and like yanks them off, and now it's just a couple of like spindly vines that hold it upright, and its head just like whips itself forward like a frock of hair, just whoosh, whipping at you like a vine. At you, Nithlia. And so the attack roll is a 5 against your AC. So if you click on your token, it should see in a blue number, in a blue circle, what your armor class is.
13.
Perfect. So then it misses. So the vines, whoosh, like it was expecting to be able to whip you with all three of its both its limbs and its head, and like having been stripped of its arms, it's like desperate flail whiffs. Aelin, it is now your turn. As this
Flower
shrub
power.
Yeah, hell yeah. As this shrub looks like it's barely standing.
Nice. All right. I'm going to see. I'm going to move forward here. See if I can get it in range, I guess. Actually, no, I'm in range from here, I think. Yeah, I am. I'm going to have to Vicious Mockery again. It's not looking too well. It's a mercy kill if I can get this to work. Let's see here. I will basically I'm just gonna say, buddy, you just gotta go down. And then that's what he hears in its head.
Okay. All right, it'll make its wisdom save, and we'll see if it succeeds. It does not. It fails. It is not very wise, this shrub. It is but a shrubbery. And you see, like as you suggest it go down, the remaining magical constituents that hold it together begin to fray, as it's like the vines just begin to split apart, and then like fall to the ground and wither, almost instantly.
Oh, that was
the mage, who's now like sits upright, holding like two withered vines in its hands, like brushes himself off and like begins to stand up. You notice for the first time perhaps that he's wearing the black and like green trimmed robes of a Witherbloom pledge mage. It looks like a third or fourth year student. Gets up, brushes himself off, and looks to each of you. Nithlia, you being the closest, he comes over to you and extends his hand to shake it. You can see on his face he's very like embarrassed, very sheepish looking.
Nithlia just she takes both of her hands and she puts them over his, and she just, it's okay. Hello, nice to meet you. I hope you're all right.
Does everybody else gather around, or like does anybody want to do anything else while Nithlia is chatting with the pledge mage?
I'm wondering where the faculty was in this situation, because I don't see anybody moving to this except for us.
They were fucking off in the dungeon.
That's right.
I think I'm gonna hide behind the tree from the people that are running after me.
Okay. Do you want to move yourself where you want to hide? And then give me a stealth check, and I'll explain how you can do that.
That's just on the character sheet.
Yep, so on the character sheet, you're going to see on the left-hand side, near where it said initiative, there's going to be a list of skills. One of them should be stealth. And you're just going
Oh
to click the
wait,
word
can
stealth.
I use my disguise thing?
Yeah, you want to cast Disguise Self?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Click Disguise Self for me and describe to me what your disguise looks like. And maybe, if you don't mind, once you've described it, jot it down in your character sheet somewhere so that we know that that's a disguise you use. You don't have to do this right now, but like, what do you disguise yourself as? Because you basically will like make yourself look still human and whatnot, but
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like look as small and unappealing as I can. Like people would just kind of look over me.
okay. So like, are just like a human, like medium tone, like black hair that's kind of roughly shoveled, like hood up, like something like that. Like,
Yeah, kind of like unappealing. Like no one would want to talk to me.
okay, awesome. All right. Then can I still get you to make a stealth check for me to remain hidden? But otherwise, I will keep that in mind. All right. Um, what you do realize, Croak, is you've cast yourself with these like silver. You're in these silver first year robes, like everyone else. Your armor is underneath, and like as you cast this pallor upon yourself, and you like clamber behind the tree to hide, you like hear your armor like clicking, and like the jingle of the chainmail underneath your robes like shifts, and you're making a lot of noise.
Oh fuck.
You see like the pledge mage like immediately looks over at you like a little like questioningly, but Nithlia's discussion with him like continues his attention. If anybody else would like to do anything as well, please feel free to speak up. Um, but the pledge mage nods to you, Nithlia, and he says, "Thank you. Um, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience." And he like reaches into his back pouch and he pulls out a couple things. One is a scroll, which he hands to you, Nithlia.
Okay.
And secondly, he gives you a small vial, which looks like a potion of some sort, which he offers to you as well. I don't have any
Oh,
coin on me. Unfortunately, just came back from lunch and spent a little extra. But if you don't mind, if this would be plenty, I do appreciate the help.
there's really no need to pay me. I'm just touring the campus. It's okay. I'm just being a kind person. Keep it, really. Keep it.
I would feel better if you did take these.
Nithlia reluctantly just accepts his gift.
As soon as you do, he smiles, as if as if he doesn't have to worry about the embarrassment potentially being pointed out in the future. And he looks to the others. He says, hopefully that will be of enough recompense for assisting me with a small matter I wasn't expecting. Um, if any of you have need of me, you'll find me in the Witherbloom College. I'm currently undergoing the third year studies. Um,
And your name?
Damien Babblebrook. And he like bows gently, and he, for the first time, he like pulls his hood back, and he's a dark-skinned elf with blonde hair tied in a set of braids, and a lighter tattoo on one side of his cheek. His eyes a golden yellow.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Damien. Pleasure's ours.
Likewise.
My name is Nithlia.
A pleasure, Nithlia.
These fools, however, need to introduce themselves. She just kind of
Oh.
turns and looks at them.
Hi, Eland.
A pleasure, Eland. And he like bows respectfully. A little bit of a deeper bow than you might have expected for a first-year student, a third year to a first-year student.
That's okay.
And he like looks to the person in the robe with the clinking sound of chain and metal, currently hiding in the bush.
I'm I'm just looking around, like kind of looking really panicky to see if anybody's running up, and I kind of look behind me at him, and to sound as pathetic as I can, I kind of take on a nasally voice, and I'm like, "Don't bug me."
Right. Well, if none of you are particularly inclined to make introductions, don't worry. Perhaps it's better if our names aren't that well known with each other. Wouldn't want this event coming up with the third year students. It would be a bit embarrassing.
Oh no, sorry. The name's Oodle. I was just kind of watching the dude shrink behind the bushes the entire time. But yeah, I'm Oodle.
A
An
pleasure.
You
elf
didn't
too, so
see
I guess we
anything.
can relate.
Barry nods and introduces himself after a very brief exchange. Damien sees that as his opportunity to just step away, and takes a step out of the fountain and heads behind down towards the amphitheater and up the ramp and out of sight. Whoops, almost flipped him around. Leaving the rest of you currently awaiting for the professor to return.
Was that dreadful woman to finish this tour? I just want it to be over with.
I mean,
She's
I've done
just
this
so
a few times.
passive.
Yes, she's definitely.
Goodness.
I was gonna go pick up the tiny dude behind the bush.
Is
Okay.
he a tiny dude, or he just looks like a tiny dude?
I'm just a lanky. I kind of look like I'm tiny, but I think it's just me hunching.
Like, I don't imagine you look 30 pounds wet. Right? Or are you,
Nithlia kind of like whips her head and she just looks at him and she's like, so, what are you? She says what, but she means who, obviously.
I'm just a humble first-year student, that's all. And I'm trying to like hide the bag of money, like in one of the bushes.
Nobody calls themselves humble when they just go and meet a new group of people. How stupid do you think we are? Humble? I bet you're anything but. If that's the first thing you're going to say when introducing yourself to people, I know it's false.
Well, I just assume people are stupid until I get to know them.
That's your own problem and your own prerogative.
Well, we haven't done anything to prove otherwise, so you know, good assumptions.
Yeah, we are new to each other a bit, so I understand the assumption part.
After a few
No, I'm
moments,
pretty dumb. He got that spot on.
after a few moments, you hear the sound of heels on marble tile, and down one of the bookcase aisles, you see Melinda emerge, turn, and come towards you all once again, standing all in front of you. Uh, she looks like haggard, and you can see that like on one of her sleeves there's still what looks to be like a piece of medical equipment, like bandaging and like some like suture cable. And she like bows and says, "I'm so sorry for that, students. I hope you're all right." Um,
She looks over to the 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 pot or the garden here and sees a smoldering piece of or a smoldering shrub.
you look over Ayland, and the actual like withered portions of branch and plant life seems to have all but dissipated.
Oh,
Like ash in the
weird.
wind.
Wonder if those robots didn't come by and clean up anything, so I don't understand how that happened. All right. Um, are we continuing with this farce of a
Well,
tour, or are we?
Melinda looks at you a little bit narrow-eyed. She says, "I apologize if the um, beginning tour was a farce to you, but
No, I'm sorry. The words are new.
pay it no mind.
Yeah,
I plan to show
I'm
you the
sorry for the
amphitheater
insult.
next. Introduce you to the
Oh,
fellow students of the uh, show guild, and then from there, I plan to show you just the little bits that's left before we'll start your um, scavenger hunt in the Hall of Oracles. So, if you please, shouldn't be much longer before you guys are off on your way, exploring the grounds of Strixhaven on your own. I assure you.
Scavenger hunt. Kind of just looks. Nethleo just looks at everyone. She just scavenger hunt. Right. I
Yes.
forgot. Right.
There's
Scavenger hunt.
Yes. There's magical items meant to help you on your way as a first year student here in Strixhaven, and in order to locate them, they had you perform a little scavenger hunt, just a way of introducing you to the area and familiarizing yourself with some of the various neat tricks the school has to offer.
well, can't wait for that.
Yes, it's actually quite enjoyable, I've heard. Though it's been 20 odd years since I last participated myself. Come, the amphitheater's just ahead. Actually, I believe I can actually see one of the students um, up ahead.
Let's go on with it then.
Okay. So she begins to lead the way, waiting for everyone else to join. As you begin to hear a voice from the top of the amphitheater stage. Upon the stage is a blue and red robed student, uh, red hair, sapphire blue eyes, as he speaks to a group of students just further down the stairs here. Uh, in a fairly large and booming voice, can I have each of you make a charisma save for me? Now, Croak,
Charisma.
for yourself, similar to where you rolled for your stealth check, higher up there's going to be a saving throw section which lists your strength, your dexterity, so on. You just need to click your wisdom save, please.
Oh, wisdom save, not
Yeah.
charisma?
I misspoke.
Oh, this could be bad.
Do I click on the wisdom thing
Yeah,
to
just
the
click
left?
the word wisdom. Yep,
Okay.
there you go.
I'm sorry, what are we clicking on right now?
You're clicking a wisdom saving throw. So on your character sheet, above your skill list on Roll20, there's going to be the list of strength, wisdom, dexterity, and so on. You want to click the word wisdom. Croak, you didn't quite click the right one, but that's okay. I will double check here just to make sure.
Sorry.
I think he's got the same idea.
It's all good.
Oh, actually, both of you have did the
Yeah,
same
you
thing.
guys. So you guys clicked the actual stat as opposed to the little square beside it that says saves.
Saving throws.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
Yeah. So click the wisdom under saving throws. Because that, if you're trained in the saving throw, might give you a boost in this particular instance. So Nithlia, it's perhaps your ears that catch his voice first, and it sounds particularly like melodic. It sounds like a song being sung during his speech. It carries enough pace and energy to it that you find yourself getting caught up in his words. And as he talks about the live show band that they have playing, and how he's inviting new members to join them from the first year faculty. But you just find yourself kind of getting caught up in his vibe, so to speak. Not necessarily that he's like casting any magic on you or what have you, but you just, out of everybody here, like, you just found yourself kind of, he's carrying a similar vibe to you right now. Perhaps that caught you by surprise or otherwise. But as I described, the fellow, you hear during his little bit of discourse, he introduces himself as Quintilius Antiphian Melentor III.
Quinn, got it.
Pompous, got it. All right.
And this is the fellow that you see.
He looks like Edward Cullen.
Perhaps a little.
He's got to slap the bat cowl on there, and now he's complete.
But yes, Quintilius is in the middle of inviting new people to join the. I got to make sure I get the name of this right. I don't want to screw this up. One sec. Where we go here? The Play Actors Drama Guild. There we go.
Ooh.
And yes, so Quintilius, as he finishes his general dialogue, you see a bunch of the students kind of disperse. A couple ladies sticking around, a couple eager first year elves that are chattering amongst themselves, debating on whether they want to join. And then Quintilius spots Melinda and the group of you walking over, and he gives a gentle wave, just a quick little hand wave to each of you, and then says, good morning, Melinda. I see you're guiding even more of the students along with you. And she nods and says, yes, I'm just giving them a quick tour before the scavenger hunt starts. Are you looking for more people for the Play Actors Drama Guild? And he nods. He says, of course, we're always looking for more. I was brought here last year before my courses started, and I've been hooked ever since. And he gestures to the rest of you and says, by all means, I think the Play Actors Drama Guild is one of the most interesting things about Strixhaven. I would love to go over some of the various plays and whatnot that we have coming up this year. I'm really excited, and hopefully I will see some of you joining us. And he smiles and gently offers for any of you to invite yourselves in for a brief discussion.
So fucking lootly.
What's that?
So fucking lootly.
I apologize. I couldn't really catch what you were saying.
Oh, is there something wrong with my mic here?
Not really. It was just it was coming in a few seconds late, and it was ending a few seconds early.
Oh, okay. I don't know why that was. Who says abso-fucking-lutely?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay. So he's
down for that idea.
So you come over, then Oodle, and anybody else who wants to discuss with Quintilius about the Play Actors Drama Guild is welcome to join in as well. But he mentions that there's a couple of upcoming dramas that they're going to be running that he was curious on if you might be interested in any of them. He mentions
Which
how
ones
they
are running.
Well, the upcoming one being done by the Larg is called Beholders and Behears, and we are tasked with the actual underlying storyline of the Beholders and Behears event, and we are going to be putting on a little play for the victors of the match. After that, later in the year, we're also going to be doing a Targath the Troll and the Silver Castle in the Sky, which is a particularly tragic story of a troll who longed for a better purpose, and just unfortunately, no one would leave him alone. He shakes his head tragically, as if he knew the troll personally. You see him already starting to tear up. Perhaps a little bit extra, but
You happen to know that troll personally?
I've heard this story many times. It always brings a tear to my eye.
Thea just chuckles and looks away.
He just wanted to be left alone in his swamp.
Fuck you, Ryan.
Swamp.
He scratches his chin, realizing that you guys have kind of already passed over his dramatization, and smiles. He says, that's just a couple of the various things that we do in the Dramas Guild, but you're more than welcome to come visit and experience it for yourself, and you don't have to join right away. The door will always be open. And he smiles, but I shouldn't keep you very long. I believe you have only a few more places to go before you begin your scavenger hunt, but if you have any questions, feel free to come and see me. He takes a very ostentatious and over dramatic bow as he bows over a half bend and over 90 degrees, as if receiving a standing ovation, and then winks at each of you. Oodle, you see a smile across his face.
A flirtatious smile, or is it just a smile?
It looks like a knowing smile of like this was definitely overdone.
Yeah. Oodle smells back.
Awesome. All right. So Melinda nods and she gestures to your right hand side. Says, "We'll be returning here in a moment, but over here to your right, um, opposite of where Quintilius sits here on the stands here upon the amphitheater stage, is the entrance, one of the entrances to the Hall of Oracles. And you guys can see as you look into the room a big orb of blue, like magic swirls and snarls with wisps. It looks like as if like our sun, like in real life here, like the wisps of fire that jump and dance out of the sun and back in. It looks like that, only on a very obviously smaller scale. But like the magic itself seems live and vivid and roaring as it like as various like motes of it like flash out and just wisp away, and other portions whirl back together in this very like mesmerizing pattern. But she gestures. She says, "We'll be coming back here to start your orientation. So I can explain more about the hall then. But if you come over here," and she gestures to the doors that coming. Oh, I almost stretched her out by accident. Here you will find the Student Activity Center. Inside the Student Activity Center, we use this here often to promote many of the extracurricular activities we have going on, some of which you've already met, such as the Larg, the Silk Ball Club, the Gymnastics Club, um, the Mage Tower Cheer Squad, the Larg, and so on. There's many different extracurriculars. I strongly encourage you guys to stop by the Student Activity Center at some point. Um, there's always a little bit more to enrich your school career while you guys are here. And she like nods. Um, she after waiting a few moments for any questions. Also, I'll pull the rest of you guys forward here. There we go.
Is there a way I can check if there's like any like authoritative like type guards looking around or anything
Yeah,
like that?
absolutely. Make a perception check for me. Same area that you did your stealth check, just perception.
Perception?
Yes, please. Looking around, there's so many students milling about and so many teachers bringing students along. You're not seeing anybody like pushing their way through the crowds trying to make their way towards you. It looks, at least like for now, that there doesn't seem to be any authority figures trying to follow you or making their way towards you at the very least.
Do we notice him being shifty this way?
He's not doing a very good job of hiding it, truthfully. His
Oh, really?
armor makes a lot of noise, unfortunately. Like Croak right now, like maybe you haven't oiled your armor recently, but it's making a lot more noise than you thought it should. Or maybe it's just not tightened properly.
Forgot my screwdriver. Okay. I guess I'll fall behind the group a bit and lose the disguise.
Okay. So as you drop your disguise, Melinda, turning around to await any questions that any of you might have had, notices you for the first time um, in your newer attire, and she like startles for a moment and says, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were with the group. Um, I didn't catch your name."
He's been here the whole time.
Oh, I know I haven't.
Well, nevertheless, you're welcome to join us on the rest of this orientation. And if you would like a better explanation of any of the areas later on, just let me know. Now, inside here is the Student Activity Center I mentioned before. But coming up ahead is the Student Council Hall. If you'll come with me. She goes and opens up the this room here, and you can see that there are like in a wooden table and benches set up in a U shape. There is a large flag draped along the back wall that displays the Strixhaven star symbol, which is a 5-pointed star that has a like orb at each end, and these orbs represent the 5 colleges and their respective locations from the middle, which is the Strixhaven Center, which is where you guys are currently located. You can see that there are a couple students here discussing with each other, and one of them gives a wave to Melinda before she continues onwards with you guys to the next introduction.
The activity center, is there a lot of different organizations that utilize it, or is it just whoever can at the time?
She nods. She's like, yes. There's actually quite a few who use it. Would you like a list?
Lists are always helpful, yes.
Well, oftentimes you'll find flyers of the Dead Languages Society, the Dragon Chess Club, the Dragon's Guard Historical Society, the Future Entrepreneurs of Strixhaven, intramural gymnastics, intramural silk ball, intramural water dancing, Mage Tower cheer squads, the Strixhaven Iron Lifters Society, the Strixhaven Show Band, the Strixhaven Star, our newspaper, the Student Mages of Faith, and are staffed by various students often as well if you're interested in other extracurricular activities. The Horticulture Club is often spearheaded out here in the General Gardens, of which you saw Urzma talk and some of our fine colleagues there. The Distinguished Society of Fine Artists, which you had just met one of our friends in Cadoris, over in the Prismari art room, and Quintilius of the Play Actors Drama Guild. Cadoris also happens to be part of the Live Action Role Playing Guild, but they often are both found there as they are actually currently preparing for Beholders and Behears, as Quintilius had mentioned. At this point, Melinda looks back to all of you and says, and for now, other than the rows and rows of books that are to my south, that is everything for the initial tour, just to give you a general idea of where to find yourselves. Up the stairs here, just to the little to the south, back the way you came, near the entrance, will lead you upstairs to the rest of the biblioplex. However, without faculty supervision, you guys will find yourselves at a locked door. So Melinda gestures and says, now if you will all come with me, we will head to the Hall of Wonders, Hall of Oracles, and you guys will begin your orientation. And she begins walking back towards the Hall of Oracles. Does everybody follow her? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least.
Okay, I'll just
Where is she at?
I will move all of you then.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Oodle, who is now done daydreaming about a guy doing laundry and attending to a baby, is gonna follow also whoever he's following.
Understandable. Okay.
I didn't know Oodle was a father.
No,
He was just
he
daydreaming.
dreams about
Oh, okay.
dreams about being a guy named after a sandwich.
Jesus. Alright, listen. My joke was like not as subtle. I understand that, but like, come on now. Good shit, Ruben. Alright. Melinda gestures in towards the Hall of Oracles and says, when you guys are ready to begin your orientation, please enter into the hall, and we will see you after to see how successful you were. And solve as many clues as you can, because at each location, should you find the item in question, you win a prize.
Well, let's get this started. Start heading towards the entrance.
Nithlia, Oodle, you guys can actually move your characters by clicking your token and then using the directional, your D-pad keys. Your up, down, left, right will actually move your character square by square. Okay. Once everybody's inside, Oodle, where are you going?
Oodle has been, his mind has been in the spirit realm for the last 10 minutes. He literally has no idea what is going on, but he'll follow. He comes.
Okay. Come on, south.
Oodle,
There we go.
Come on.
Okay. As you all enter the hall, you feel a sense of calm descend upon you. The hustle and bustle of the outside area of all the students milling about has gone deathly quiet. And yet, all of a sudden, a rich, soothing voice radiates from the hall's central snarl, that radiant sun. Your attention, please. As you are now Strixhaven University students, this storied biblioplex will be your second home for research, studies, and even leisure. There is just one task to accomplish before you officially embark on your academic journey: a scavenger hunt. Each of you has a small roll of parchment appear in front of your face. Uh, and as you unfurl it, you have a small list of clues. The rules are simple. Each clue on this list will lead you to a different location. Simply travel to the area each clue references and perform the action the clue suggests. Time is of the essence. You only have until the end of the day to finish your hunt. Solve as many clues as you can, because you will win a prize for each location you manage to solve. Now then, off you go, and good luck, students.
Croak screams at the air. Oi, who said that?
As you scream that out, you notice many of the students that are around the edges near these glowing columns. You guys realize that there's like students that are just kind of nestled about in the edges here. That you didn't really take notice of any of them, which is why they don't really stand out to you. Which is why they didn't put like a billion fucking NPCs on the map.
I genuinely thought we were walking down empty halls until I did that thing and looked for the cars.
Yeah, no, it's quite bustling, but like a lot of the like there's so many just silver cloaked students that are just like milling about just like you guys are, that you actually feel like it'd probably be pretty easy to get lost if you weren't careful.
And you'd lose each other pretty easily. The old silver cloaks.
Yeah. As who would like to read for
All
the
you
first clue?
guys notice that there's
Okay,
all
go
these students walking around, and we just all keep talking and screaming out random obscenities. It's like no other student is causing trouble except for like the five of us. It's crazy.
Well, we all found each other.
That's true, Croc, or whatever your name is.
Croc.
It's Croak, you son of a bitch.
Fuck you, and your mom too, I bet.
I'm sure your mom's a real piece of work.
Jesus.
Listen, I know you guys can't say this to each other very often in real life. Oh wait, you do.
Well, not anymore. We don't work together anymore.
It's true. Yeah. All right. Who would like to read out the first scavenger hunt clue? Like who would start tackling the scavenger hunt first?
He's pretty interested. He'll read it.
Okay. So the first clue, you'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in its light.
Big old circle in the room is a light as well, right? Like this.
Yeah, it's like a giant sun, and there's like
Okay.
snarls of magic that just swapped around. Like a snarl is a very Strixhaven term for like a giant consolidation of magic. Like that just basically like sits in one spot. I wonder if I have a picture I could show you. I think I should. I might. One sec. I thought I did, but it doesn't look like I do. Shoot. Wait.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, Oodle says that out loud, and then he slowly and sarcastically looks at this giant glowing sun from Spider-Man 2 in the middle of the room and stares at it as his eyes burn out of his skull.
Okay, so as you gaze upon this giant sun that glows very high up in the air, there is a like fountain of light that pours down into this like cylindrical column that then like pours into the bottom, which looks like basically a basin that would like hold water, but instead this like snarl of light just drips down and is pooled in this snarl in this like fountain.
What was the? What did your parchment say again?
So the parchment that it said for Oodle says, "You'll forget all about any trouble or plight when you step forward and are ensnarled in its light."
And so we're supposed to be deducing where these places are
Where these
based off
places
of.
are and what you need to do in order to retrieve the item that is hidden in that location.
And everything is within this bibliopex.
It will be within the biblioplex, yes.
Well, this is the only place that we've seen that has any sort of light.
Will's doing what he's doing on screen, which is basically dipping his head in this thing.
Dipping his head in what? Okay. Okay,
Can we
so,
like reach into the light?
yeah, like there's essentially a fountain of light, and it's like consider like a water fountain at the mall, but instead of water, it's filled with light, like just like liquid, like magical light. So Oodle,
Okay,
you see.
at the risk of burning my arm off, I
Okay.
might put my hand into it.
Okay, so hang on. Oodle said you were dipping your head in it.
Well, I guess I was just walking around it, but now as I see Croak dip his hand in it carefully, I want to go up behind him and push him in.
Okay. Okay, so we're
You
gonna
son
try and
of
go
a...
one at a time here, guys. So that's why I'm just trying to make sure that I hear somebody correctly. So if you're saying you're doing something, I just want to make sure you're actually doing it. We're just gonna separate the two of you because let's not stop keep walking underneath people. Okay. So Oodle, since it was your clue first, what would you like to do before anybody else does anything?
Yeah, like I said, Oodle's kind of like walking around it, not putting his toes in, but he's just like kind of getting really close to it and trying to see if he can see anything inside of it.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Okay, perception check. I don't know why this isn't popping up. There we go.
Okay. So despite the brightness of this light in this fountain, you do, when peering within it, seem to get this sense that there is something inside this like water, but like the actual shape of the object seems lost to you. It's just you seem to make out something in the fountain, but you can't quite tell what it is.
Come on, lizard man eyes, don't fail me now.
I'll investigate the area and see if I can. Like, is it actually like a basin, or is it?
Yeah. So hang on, I'm making a handout because it's obviously we got a little bit of a disconnect on what it looks like. I thought they would have had this as a handout, but they don't. Show to everybody there.
Okay.
So like I said, for you guys, like this fountain is huge. The scale isn't really well represented in the biblioplex, I'll be quite honest, but I'll take what I can get.
I'm gonna. Wow, that's a big difference in terms of scale. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, I didn't think it would look like that either. Thought like it was just a big glowing sun like in the center of the room.
kind of.
Yeah, but
It is in the center. Just the center is actually a little higher than. Okay.
Well, if no one else is gonna do it, I'll go up to the.
Well, Croak did say he was going to do it. I just wanted to give Oodle the opportunity to do what he was going to do. I don't mean to. So,
Okay.
Okay, so
We
Croak.
can all do it together.
So Croak, you reach your hand in, and when you reach your hand in, you feel your whole body go numb. I take it you probably have never spent time in a sensory deprivation tank. Like
No,
in real life?
not
No.
to my knowledge.
Okay. You
You're
feel
in
like
one now.
yeah.
Oh, fuck.
That's basically what it feels like. You lose you lose track of your body. Like at the moment you touch the snarl of magic in the fountain pool, the magical power like surges through your body, and for a moment you lose track of where exactly your body is in this magical like library. Instead, you just feel like a flow of essence just wafting in the air. And then all of a sudden, you feel yourself like shocked back into your body, and in your hand is a potion of healing.
Well, like it just appeared. It just came out of the.
Yeah, like you
Like,
find yourself like recoiling from the magical like powers that surge through your body. Like just your body just realized it's not going to be able to just handle it, and so you like stagger back and realize like your hand had unintentionally like grabbed the object it had placed its hand on, and you find yourself holding a potion of healing.
Okay, we're
holy fuck! I guess I'll save that for later.
Okay.
well. I think I'm interested in reading mine right away.
Okay. Does anyone else?
Should we do these one at a time or all at the same time? What do you think, guys?
I think either or. I'm gonna go stick my hand in there right now because it looked like it got that fella real high. So I'm gonna do that as well.
Okay.
Oodle's just looking for a good time.
Well,
So-
experience is the best
Oodle,
teacher, so maybe we should.
As you reach your hand in, you feel for a moment like your mind is adrift in the clouds, your body light as a feather, the wind blowing you towards a mountaintop, and then down the other side, and then just as quickly as you had grabbed reached into the pool of magic, your body is shocked back as you see them all stagger back out of the pool holding a potion of healing.
Oodle has one as well?
Yep.
Oh, Jesus. I'm going for it. Oh, wait.
I heard.
Who goes back in with Brian to stick his hand in again, but not to grab more potions, just because he really likes the feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll head up to the ocean, to the pool as well. Where's Nithula right now?
Yeah. What is Nithli up to? Nithli, did you have to step away? Okay, we'll come back to them.
Okay.
I can't hear her at the moment, so.
I'll after seeing the other two do what they did, I'll go towards it, brush my hand through, and see what I can find from it.
Okay. Okay. So you reach your hand in, and for you, Ayland, it is like a sleep similar to sleeps you've had before that were dreamless, that carried no like sort of permeance to them. You feel for one moment that you're a blade of grass blowing in a field, and then the next a small leaf floating on a pond, and then your mind is like shocked back to its senses, and you find yourself now staggered back, sitting on your ass with a potion of healing in hand.
Wow. Nifley looks like she's still busy, so Barry, I guess, will go next, maybe.
Yep. Yeah, Barry steps forward and what's going on? What is? I think something. Hang on one sec. Let me try rebooting this again, I guess.
Oodle's still constantly like dipping his toes in there and everything. The entire time he's loving the feeling.
By the scale of it, to dip your toes in it, you'd have to be standing on your head.
Yep.
He's doing that.
Because look how small those people are in that.
Is Oodle just constantly paralyzed?
He pretty much is.
Well,
Just go
Oodle,
for a swim.
you go
Drowning
to
in
place
light.
your hand in it, and it's when you do, you feel a resistance as your body like strains itself actively to avoid touching it. Despite your attempts to like force yourself to touch this, it seems almost like your body would not be able to handle a second jolt of this snarl of magic.
Oodle starts scratching because he's not getting his fix. He's he's become a little addicted.
He's so greedy.
I need to get back in there, man.
Okay. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Of course I do. Yeah. I deserve that. 1 second. Where's Constitution again? Yes, no, I see it.
Saves above skills. Yeah, it goes towards
No,
Oh no,
saves.
sorry,
the saving throw.
Constitution saving throw, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad.
These people, they're using their mistakes to get all the bad rolls out of the way.
I know how to count cards, but with this website. Is it? I actually can't find it now.
It's above your skills.
It's yeah. So where you clicked the word Constitution, it's to the right and just a little bit above. It says saving throws. It's in a box on the same first page.
Oh yes, sorry. Constitution saving.
So you only take half damage, but the magic ripples through your body, and you take 7 force damage, as the sheer pure mana rushes through your body, and you feel a burning fire, as it feels like your blood has been ignited.
By 7 damage, you mean like out of my 8 points?
Out of your 8 hit points.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
it.
shit.
Holy.
Oh, there's something new to learn. Maybe we can't do it twice.
You gonna go for it a third time, buddy?
No, but I know someone who would love this. I take the bag off my back and I sort of hold Hector in the bag towards it to see how close I can get without hurting myself. I say, hey man, this is just like the feeling with the pixies. Let's go.
Oodle, the instant you go to move yourself closer to the snarl of mana, your body is straining itself to keep your mind from pushing it farther. Your body is like does not want to take a step closer.
You're afraid of it.
I guess I turn to Barry shaking in fear and I just go like, Can you do me a favor and just when you reach your hand in there, bring this bag with you.
Why do you ask the player that can't respond right now? I don't know how Barry would act.
Is Big Cheese listening right now, or
No,
I
he's
don't know
not
how?
here. He's at a birthday party.
I'm sure he would do it.
I know, but I'm not that player. I don't know if he would put himself in danger again.
I can't ask Nithlia either because I know it's just, okay. Oodle gives up on this notion, but later he's just gonna find a way to Hector real nice and fucked up.
Okay, Oodle, I want you to
All right.
make a note of yourself. You have snarl sickness for the next 24 hours.
Still have an advantage in charisma, right?
With all these like mana burns across your body, I don't know.
Can I shove my healing potion into Oodle's hands and remind him we just all got healing potions?
I mean, you're welcome to
I
do
will
whatever
drink
you'd like
both
with
at
your healing
once.
potions.
He will heal on his own eventually. To waste the magic that's in these in. Well, that's up to you.
That's true.
Hey, give me back that potion, Oodle.
I don't know about that. You gave it to me. I'll give you a kiss on the forehead in return.
Oodle, I will remind you currently have 1 hit point and are like about to die if anything scratches you.
I also have 2 healing potions, motherfuckers. I give it back to Croak.
Okay, Croak resists the urge to throw him back into the light.
I see this look on Croak's face, and I don't know if I know what he's thinking, but does he have to throw it back in there? Just, throw the potion back into the plug? I'm not sure. All right.
No clue.
Is something wrong with Nithlia's connection?
Yeah, so I'm not just
No, here. I just fell asleep.
Hey!
she just fell
Tired.
asleep apparently. It's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what has been going on, Nithlia, is that the first clue was to forget about your troubles and plight by stepping forward and ensnarling yourself in the light. And so Oodle, Ayland, Barry, and Croak have all reached into this pool of liquid light, have reached in, didn't move for a moment, and then staggered backwards holding a potion of healing. And each of them have done this now in turn. Oodle did this, then Croak, Croak did this, then Oodle, then Ayland, and now Barry.
Well, Nestle doesn't really care about this because it has nothing to do with plants. So she's not really doing it.
Okay.
She's just following her friends as far as she's concerned.
Okay.
Yeah. She's just waiting till she can go to a real outdoor garden.
Okay.
Oodle turns to her and goes, "You should do it. Feels real good with the scars and burns all over his body."
So what you also missed is Oodle, after retrieving 1 potion of healing, attempted to reach in a second time, and the mana burned his body so severely he is currently 1 hit point from dead.
Well, 1 hit point from unconscious.
Yes, 1 hit point from unconscious.
Rough, buddy.
It was worth it.
Okay. So Ayland, you wanted to read your clue?
Certainly.
Okay. The alumni commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire.
The alumni commission?
The alumni commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire.
Okay. Well, the alumni commission wasn't that part of, up to the northwest or northeast, was it? There was the student council hall and sorry, my mistake. That was the student council hall that was up there, wasn't it?
Well, there's the student council and then the student
Activity center.
extracurricular activity center. Yes,
Yes.
but yeah. I mean, if you guys want to give the student activity center a try, certainly can.
Sure. Well, let's head up that way. Unless someone else, another one that maybe we can try and do two at the same time, so they're not wasting going back and forth through them.
Sure.
We're gonna say in canon, Oodle kind of had a little bit of an epileptic shock from his drug overdose a little while ago, so he didn't really hear what happened in the last couple minutes. But he's willing to follow whoever.
Okay, so we're going this way. We'll go to the student council
Oh, my
hall.
lord, man. Okay. All right, so you go to the student council area. I will grab everybody and move them. Oh. Grab. Whoop. There we go. All right. You go into the activity center. You see a bunch of flyers up on the desks.
What was the riddle again?
Yeah, because it didn't make much sense.
Alumni commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire.
What's on the flyers?
Yeah, is there like a board or some sort of thing in here?
Yeah, so the flyers are little posters that you can see are for the various groups and guilds that are like, come join the Larg, come join the Role Players Guild, come join the art gallery of the Prismari. Like they're inviting you to join various different guilds, and some are decorated, some are painted, some are just stenciled and drawn.
Commission works when they retire, seeking promising mages to inspire.
Guess I'll look around and see if there's any to be a teacher.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
Anything, I guess. Investigation.
Oodle, give me an investigation check.
Sorry,
It's all good. Okay. looking around, you see like lots of desks of like third year and fourth year students, but you don't seem to see anything regarding like alumni that stick out to you.
So I'm just kind of like wandering around looking at these people's desks while they're trying to just work.
Well, yeah, there's not too many students in here at the moment. It looks like most of them are out like trying to get people to join the guilds, but a lot of them are like leftover stacks of flyers or bundles that they're going to come back and get later, perhaps.
I'm trying to think of what an alumni would actually commission works for. That's what I'm trying to figure out when. I don't recall hearing anything about it.
Aelin, would you
At
like to
all.
make an investigation check to try and decipher the riddle more?
Sure, I'll try.
No, there's not a whole lot in terms of what alumni might commission that come to mind.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Seeking mages to inspire. Yeah, I'm not certain on
Well,
that point.
Croak, how about let's get an investigation check from you? And Nithlia's power went out, so we'll get them caught up after.
Was that what happened?
Apparently now their power went out. Yeah.
Okay.
They came back for a brief moment and then. So Croak, from your seedier dealings, your shadier dealings, you do know that there are often times where you've been tasked with fencing an alumni's precious work of art that they've commissioned in the past as like something to show like how prestigious their time at Strixhaven was. And it's what comes to mind when you think about the riddle that was given.
So we're like looking for art.
Well, if they're looking for art, then maybe
Oodle, where the hell are you going?
I've disappeared. Okay, there we go. I
You
disappeared into the shadow realm. Sorry about that.
Well, the thing was, is you moved yourself outside the building, which meant that you couldn't see inside anymore.
Just trying to escape.
Riddles are hard.
Yeah, what a dick move to do on the first day of Scum. No.
So I guess we should go to that school of those artsy folk.
Yeah, along the other side of the what was it, Biblioplex, there's like an art studio on the west side over here. Yeah. Now, commissioned works. That's the part we're gonna see if there's anything to it. Is it still the same students in here?
You can see that there are pledge mages working in here. The Prismari are hard at work on various things. However, you see alongside Kadoris, who's now like half donning a Bahir costume, there are a couple Prismari who are helping him stitch together his outfit. There's also one of the Prismari who, as you guys enter, turns around and covering his head is a paper mache beholder with a bunch of little eye stalks on like wire with tin foil balls that he's like briefly brushed on a vague shape of an eye. And he like turns around and then like realizes he's that somebody has come in. And like pulls off the beholder thing is like can I help you?
Oh, we're just looking for where alumni like commission works from the.
Okay. Okay. As you say that, Ayland, Croak, you notice um, uh, portraits of several older alumni in Prismari college robes along a couple of the pictures along the wall here. Like there's a picture here, and a picture here of alumni. Oh, sorry, I might have to pull everybody over. Croak? Dusted. Uh-oh. Boss.
What's going on?
I was saying your character, Croak, you notice that this statue, the one I'm pinging this painting, this one here that I'm pinging, and this one here, all have paintings of older alumni Prismari.
I guess I'll take a closer look at one of the paintings.
Yeah, which one would you like to take a closer look at?
The one away from every.
Okay.
Just in case I want to like poke it or something.
Okay. So you guys see Croak like notice something particular about one of the paintings and rushes over, and like the pledge may just kind of like just step out of the way as you get the impression they're probably used to this hustle and bustle of the first year students. And Croak, upon the poster now, when you get closer, there are 3 Prismari alumni. They're wearing their Prismari robes, but they're much older than they must have been when they first attended. And there is a plaque underneath the portrait.
Okay, I'll read it.
It reads, "At Strixhaven, we were all inspired." And you notice that below the plaque is a small lever.
Okay, I'm gonna signal Ayland and Oodle to come on over.
Okay. Ayland, Oodle.
Oodle does so.
Okay. So as you guys begin to make your way in, you hear a couple of the pledge mages, hey, watch the Bahirs, and they're like, there's like at the head of a Bahir paper mache, like right there as you guys are like walking by, like one of you almost bumps one over, and like not necessarily like maliciously or anything, but like you can tell that like there's a lot of mess in the room right now as they're like busy preparing for the first larg of the season.
Oh, sorry about that. I couldn't see what it was from the backside of it. I'm sorry about that.
Oodle?
I'm not.
You're not? Oh, you are going. Okay. All right. Croak, what do you want to do?
Signal to Oodle to pull the lever.
Wait. He's still a little injured.
Wait.
You might not want him doing that.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay.
You have my axe.
So you pull
Thank
the
you, sir.
lever, and a small box pops out of the wall beside you. And inside this little box, when you open it up, are 5 pennants.
What do these pennants look like?
They are small magical pennants that bear the symbol of Strixhaven upon it. And Croak, as you pick up the pennants, they wave in the air. The symbol of Strixhaven, the 5-pointed star with the colored orbs on the end, they actually glitter. and like as you like move them in the air, there is actually a small amount of bright light that is shining from them.
What happens if I pull one down and try and put it on?
Pennant, right?
Like
So
it's a little flag basically.
Oh, okay.
So there's 5 little flags that you could basically. They're like, think of like Canada Day, like those little Canadian flags on a stick. It's kind of like that, except for it's got the Strixhaven symbol on it instead of the Canadian flag. And so like when you wave it in the air, it like glows for 10 feet of bright light, an additional 10 feet of dim light, and the symbol itself actually glitters.
that can be useful for us people who can't see in the dark. So that maybe that's. I might.
I'm just imagining being in a cave fighting a monster and being like, ah!
Wave. Yeah, you need 2 of them. Your pom poms are shooting. I understand.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'll take one of the pennants.
Okay,
I'll take one as well.
Hand out the pennants to everyone.
Yeah, everybody gets a pendant.
Okay, pennant. Pennant. I just want to clarify, it's not like a jewelry or anything.
Well, that's why I initially tried to put one on, but I like played it off really cool when I stopped trying to jam a little flag in myself.
Sticking out your ear.
Oh, shit, my first day of school is embarrassing.
Yeah, I punctured my windpipe.
Croak, what the fuck were you doing with that flag before?
The guy who jumped into a paralyzing pool.
Yeah, but that was to get high. You were like,
I get high. I get my highs in another way. Okay. I guess I'll. Should I read my clue now?
Sure.
Yeah, let's.
Sounds great. All right. So the third clue: each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment.
So we're going to a cafeteria.
And you seem to recall a cafeteria shortly after you entered the biblioplex, though you guys were quickly hurried past it.
Hustle that way then.
I follow.
Okay. Bum ba-dum bum. Bum ba-dum bum bum. Boom ba-da-boom bum. Boom ba-da-boom. All right, so you guys, as you arrive here to the cafe lounge area, um, you notice that there are now like 8 or 9 students who have just filtered in near the cafe, and all of the tables are full of students. There is not a seat available to be had. But you can see over inside the cafe itself, a young gnome commoner by the name of Isla Fitzbottom is currently working in the cafe all by herself.
Before we enter, what did the riddle say again?
Each group deserves a free treat for their investment. Serve up this list and enjoy your refreshment.
Serve up this list.
Is that the clue itself?
Yeah, each of you guys have all 5 of these clues. I'm just trying to give you guys each one to solve. personally, but
Oh no, I mean the list to serve up.
who knows?
Is the clue you're thinking?
You're like asking me if that's the answer. Like, what does your character do?
Oh no, I'm just looking for group input
Oh, okay.
specifically
Well,
towards
the only way
oodles.
we can know is if
The answer
what
to
happens
this.
when we actually approach her, right? So
Oodles just left himself behind, so I'll just bring him here. Hang on, Mr. Oodle. Here you are, buddy. Hang on. And now I'm gonna do my patented vacuum pull.
whoop.
There we go.
Hey guys, I got really lost in thought about what the clue really was. Do you think it's like a cafeteria menu?
I was thinking the same idea.
When we walked into this cafeteria, I kind of had that idea myself.
Snark,
So I
snark.
guess we'll approach her.
Okay. He says, "Hello, welcome. You guys must be some of the new students. I'm Isla. How can I help you today?"
What's your last name?
Fitzbottom. It's nice to meet you. And yours?
I don't have one. My mom never gave me one. Do people ever call you Shits Bottom?
We don't know.
She tilts her head.
Isla,
Can I help any of you, the rest of you?
do you have a menu perhaps for what? Is there a list somewhere in here? We can look at what we can.
I do have a list of available cafe cafe items that you guys can very simply purchase. For a copper piece, you get the sandwich of the day.
I guess I'll buy a sandwich of the day.
1 copper piece, please.
Okay, I flick it to her like really cool, like I
Okay.
don't know, like
Give me
I go
give me a
sideways.
sleight of hand check.
Oh, this is great.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Roll 20. Oh boy. My roll 20 crashed at that number. Yeah, so you go to flick the coin, and not only does your finger fumble it, but you hear it like drop, clank, and then rolls underneath the desk.
Don't worry, I'll get that.
And then like as you go to reach underneath, you hear like a tink, tink, tink as the sound of it gets quieter and quieter. And like you realize that there's like a drain underneath the desk where like all the like from when she's cleaning the floors, like where all the water.
The sweep sleuths.
Yeah, exactly. She looks at you and just shrugs. She says, "I am sorry. It's rather unfortunate."
I'm sure I got another copper piece I can just gently place on the table.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Hey Croak, I dare you to flick it at her again.
Jesus.
Well, do you croak, or do you just have place it on the desk?
I absolutely do not.
Okay, I love that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay. Then can you please make sure to mark off that you have lost 2 copper. So a silver is 10 copper pieces, and a gold is 10 silver. So on your character sheet, there will be a section where you can put in your gold. And you should have 10 gold, and well, now it should be 9 gold, 9 silver, and 9 copper.
That's on the character sheet?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you'll open up your character sheet, you'll go to your character sheet tab, and then there should be a bio section.
Well, it can just be above the items in the core as well.
Oh yeah, no, good point. Yeah, so it says there. Okay, so you know where you clicked to roll for your hand axe attack? Right below that, you're gonna see it says CP, SP, EP, GP, PP.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So reduce your GP by 1, put your SP to 9, and your CP to 9.
8.
Oh yeah, 8. Sorry, yes, correct.
SP to 8?
SP to 9 and your CP to 8 because you've spent 2 copper. 1 for an
I'm using
actual
my
item.
money wisely.
Yep. I just like to imagine, like, can you break a gold coin? Um, and
Well,
don't forget, you do still have the coin purse that you acquired as well. You haven't opened or looked at yet. But yeah, so you place it on the desk, and she smiles and says, "1 moment, I will be right back with the sandwich of the day." And you see her walk over here. Oop. She reaches down into what looks to be like she pulls open, and you smell the you delicious smell of like freshly baked bread, freshly cut meat, a slightly spicy smell as she pulls out a bagel with salami and dragon breath peppers. And she hands it over to you with a napkin wrapped around it. The napkin has the
Oh,
little like Strixhaven star stamped on the corner.
is this spicy? I'm not good with spicy.
She like thinks for a moment. She's gonna make an insight check on you. Are you telling the truth or are you lying?
Telling the truth, I guess.
Okay. She's just gonna see if she can like get an idea of whether you're like trying to play a prank on her or not. So she's gonna make a slash roll d20. Ooh.
ooh.
After you've dropped the coin previously, she's like, no, it's most people can handle it. It's got a bit of a kick, but no more than like a pepperoni. And she hands you this dragon pepper and salami on a bagel sandwich.
All right, I devour the sandwich.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw for me. It's your mouth is a little bit warm, like it's a little tingly, but your stomach actually doesn't get upset. It doesn't seem like it's all that spicy. You thought maybe by the name dragon pepper that your mouth might have been on fire for a bit, but no, it's surprisingly like she offers you a small glass of water if you need it, but no, you managed to take it down pretty easily.
No, I'm gonna wave off that water, try and look like as big a man as I can.
Okay, all right. She smiles and says, Was it good?"
Tasty, but you know what would be tasty if you helped me out with this clue.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
How do you do it with advantage?
Well, it'll automatically roll with advantage. You'll see with your rolls, it's been doing 2 numbers. I just will keep both of them in mind when you roll, as opposed to
Oh,
just looking at
okay.
the first one normally. So yeah, just make a persuasion check.
Jesus.
Oh no. She shrugs. She says, unfortunately, the staff aren't supposed to help with the clues. You are in the right place, but as far as what you need to do, I feel like that would be unfair to all the other students. And she like gestures out to like the 50 students in the hall that are sitting at the cafe, like all trying to figure out. Some of them trying to figure out their scavenger clue.
Not even if I were to flick a few more of these coins at you.
Okay, make another
Well,
persuasion check.
not into the pipe, but
Make another persuasion check for me.
Brooke, you're on the right path, though. I'm pretty sure she is into the pipe.
Jesus. She leans over the
You're a
desk.
pipe.
Listen, you've been a sweetheart and you're trying your best. How about you buy another sandwich? But this time, do you have any paper on hand?
I absolutely do. I'm gonna put down another coin for a sandwich, and I guess the clue itself.
Yeah, you hand her the clue itself.
Yeah.
Okay. She
Brooke, I
takes the
think she's
clue.
flirting with you.
She
Ooh,
says,
I'm nervous.
so she takes the clue from you, and she smiles. She says, well, thank you for handing me your list. Why don't you come behind the counter with me, and if we can get these sandwiches restocked, I've got a prize in store for you.
Oh my god, Croak, you're totally in. You're about to see why they call her Fitzbottom.
I'll be right
Oodle,
there.
how quiet are you being?
I'm like whispering it to him.
Can you make a stealth check for me, please?
Jesus.
Just a second, I'll grab it.
Ryan's texting me and he wants me to ask for a great feast platter.
How about he can ask that with his character when he comes and joins us next week? Oh.
Stealth. It's on the side, right?
It's in skills.
Yeah, it's under the skills window.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, but not good
Not
enough.
quite. You Oodle, you like put your hand to cover your mouth, and you whisper it as quietly as you can. But Aisha's elven ears twitch as you whisper, and she like looks over at you, and she says, "Ayland, Barry, Nithlia, and Croak, come behind the counter. But you can stay."
I'm gonna go sit down with
Sorry,
these
bro.
gents. They look like they can take a joke.
You can just see she's glaring daggers at you. Like this is not the first person to make such comments to her today.
I wink at her in kind of a way of saying, like, my name's Oodle, get over it. And I go sit down with some of the other students.
And then like a Looney Tunes circle appears around his head. That's me. Okay, I guess we'll go around the counter.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see what's behind this curtain, I guess.
All right. So you all come behind the counter, and she passes you each a Heward's handy haversack. And when you open them,
Jesus.
and when you open them up, They are roaring hot, as if they are the bakeries themselves. And you can see, like, as you open up the bag, a hand is outstretched with a sandwich for you to put onto the racks. Can I get a
Okay.
dexterity check from each of you?
Dexterity save or check?
Check. Just a dexterity check.
Okay.
So this time you're going to click the dexterity stat, not the saving throw location.
Can I just ask, what do those numbers actually mean?
It's the
So-
equivalent of you rolling a d20 to. I'll let
Yeah. So
Ryan discard it.
yeah. So when I ask you to make a dexterity check, Dustin, what I'm essentially asking you to do is roll a d20 and add your dexterity's modifier. So like your dexterity is a -1 because your dexterity is quite low. So when you roll a d20, you're taking your result, in this case 14, minus the 1, which makes it 13.
Okay, and what is the number on the right? Is that like...
That is the second roll that it does in case you have advantage or disadvantage. If you don't have advantage or disadvantage on the roll, it's just an ignored number we don't use. It's just to
Okay.
save us the time of having you go, can you roll twice for me? Instead, it just rolls twice automatically, and if we need to use the second number, it's there already. Because like if I say roll with advantage, it basically say roll your dexterity saving throw twice. And
Okay,
then
I
use
got that.
whichever result. Instead, it just does them both together so that it saves us a little bit of time and it looks a little cleaner. That's all. So like in this case, we're just using the 13 because it wasn't with advantage or disadvantage. If it was with disadvantage, I'd be using the 2 as the result. If it was with advantage, I'd use the 13 regardless of which two numbers were rolled, because it's the higher result.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yep. Okay. So all four of you succeeded. Croak and Barry each get a small trinket from her here. She reaches into a little chest she has at the back. She opens it up after you helped her, and she is going to give you here, one sec. Croak, for you, she gives you a puzzle box that has been bedecked with amber. It's a fancy way to say decorated with amber. So like it's a puzzle box. It looks like almost like a Rubik's cube essentially, or like a Millennium puzzle. Only it's like there's amber carvings on it.
Okay, does it move when I try and like, can I try and maneuver it
Yeah,
like a Rubik's Cube?
it kind of moves like a Rubik's cube. It's a little bit different. Like it seems like the movement is more magical in nature. Like it, when you press certain sections, it like shifts its shape from like a cube to a sphere to a pyramid to a cylinder. Like it changes shape when you press certain areas. Your guess is if you press the right shapes in order, if you press the right buttons in the right shapes in order, it will open up. But you have to look at that at some point. And then Barry is given a. Let me pull this up here. Okay. All right. Hear me out, all right? I swear to you, it's not me that's doing this. It's the game. Gives Barry a necklace of 5 small vials, each filled with luminescent white liquid. All right, it was that or a slimy green tentacle. Okay.
They go hand in hand in some places.
Yes. Yep. I will note that on Daniel's character sheet for him under treasures.
I'm just gonna step away for a moment.
Sure. A necklace of 5 small vials, each filled with luminous white liquid. God, why does liquid look so weird to spell sometimes? It's one of those words where the more I look at it, the less correct it looks. But Isla looks extremely pleased at how efficiently you guys were able to put the sandwiches away so that she's stocked for the rest of the day. And she offers you the couple trinkets to Barry and Croak, who seem to have done the best job. And he smiles and says, I hope all of you have a good time with the rest of the scavenger hunt. And if you're hungry, don't forget to come see me.
If that happens, we'll do.
All right, we'll wait till Dustin gets back, but it'll be time for Nithlia's clue.
Is she back or?
No, her internet went out, or her power went out, so I don't know how long she'll be, or when she'll be back specifically. Also, did we want to take a small break, perhaps? I don't know how long people would be up for playing, but we're already been at it for almost 2.5 hours.
Okay. I'm good either way. Doesn't bother me.
Ruben's muted, so that.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back.
All right.
I'm not sure where Ruben went, but I was just saying, did we want to take a quick 5-10 minute break just to give people a chance to do washroom or other potential? I didn't know how long you guys would be up for playing tonight.
I should be good for a bit, but maybe I'll move my laptop to the living room or something so I don't keep Teresa up. Like, she's just on the other side of this wall. She's going to bed.
Okay.
Understandable.
Understandable, yep.
Sorry, I'm good as well. I'm just snacking while I'm stuck outside of the cafeteria.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
They were all finished, so they were all coming back out of the cafeteria. Um,
All right. Well, on to the next clue. We have 2 more between us.
Yep. So Nithlia reads
Um,
out hers.
Okay.
But I just figured I should give Dustin a chance to get adjusted at his other spot there. He was moving to
Sure,
the
no
living
problem.
room, he said.
Do we see other people milling about with like their lists of
Oh yeah,
what
for sure.
they're?
There's like people sitting here at the desks with their lists.
Could I like try and look to see if they have the same lists?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Ooh, this is gonna be bad. I'm going to actually try and um like in the court before I do that, I'm going to back up to the wall, turn around, and just sort of like, okay, just pay attention to myself and basically give myself guidance.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to look
Okay.
because guidance does not go well, or my thing's not very good at that guidance. So let's just do guidance first here. Sorry. And I'll make sure it's. Yeah. Okay. And I still get a D4 added to the number. So I'm going to try this roll and then I'll roll a D4 after that. This doesn't look like it's in my spell list there. So for what it does. Okay. Perception. Eesh. Right.
Yeah, so you like turn around, like you say this, like we're gonna look at their lists and we're gonna see what they've got, and like you're giving yourself all this guidance, and you like turn
The
around
little
and you realize
pep
all the
talk.
students have heard you and have like shielded their lists from you.
That's why I said I walked away and like.
I know, but
Yeah,
like
I
you
understand.
realize that you maybe were a little bit louder than you expected.
Yeah, a little too obvious.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. God damn it. All right. No problem.
Figured it was just a nice subtle way to be like, nope, you don't perceive anything.
I just want to see what the roll would have been for the D4. Let's see.
4.
How do you do it again?
Just slash roll space, and then whatever dice.
So D4.
Yep. You're gonna even slash roll weird numbers like a D683 for some reason.
Yeah.
Which, oof, a 1. There.
Yeah.
On a D683, I rolled a set 579.
I see that.
Fucking
Yes.
cracked.
All right.
Is everyone still alive, or is it just Oodle that's deaf?
Everyone's still alive. What do you mean?
Oh, it's just been quiet for a while.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was waiting for Dustin to get switched over to the living room.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear him say that.
It's all
My
good.
bad.
Yeah, no worries. I was asking if everybody was good for like a 5-10 minute break or what, and he was like, "Well, yeah, let me switch to my living room because Teresa's going to bed." And I was like, "Okay, we'll just hang on for a minute."
I think I'm back alive.
Welcome back. Um, so for now, everybody's back. I will read out the clue for Nithlia's, and then we can go and take it from there. These leafy beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean.
Well, there are two separate places. The one that was living and attacked us, and the other one that we saw as we were passing by from the Prismari room. Which one of you guys want to go first?
Can we go back and talk shit to its corpse? I'm down for that.
I actually think, can we actually go straight through, or do we actually have to go all the way around anyways?
Also, I'm going to take the moment to say this now. Apparently, it's an arboretum. These like
Are the
fountains.
Arboretums?
They're like freaking
Okay.
actual arboretums. So like, consider how big the Hall of Oracles is, and how
Oh, and
big
think it's just massive?
it's much bigger than the actual pictures or the map is actually giving it. Like, I feel like our characters are supposed to be like 1/8
A tenth
scale.
this. Yeah, in comparison, I can see that. So basically, us moving like one step is basically the 30 feet, except for the size of these
Kinda, yeah.
tables.
Yeah, it's like I said, the scale's a little wonky.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should be like quarter size, but like all the tokens here are normal size, so.
Yeah, it's interesting.
These couple of hours at Strixhaven have really done horrible things to my knees. I can't run as fast as I could before.
He's a changed man.
Okay.
Like yeah, so that's supposed to be like a giant arboretum,
Yeah. This is supposed to be like,
or like a conservatory almost.
well, it's okay. So what it says here is when they enter a book garden, they see a lush arboretum.
Okay.
My understanding, based on some of these pictures I'm seeing, is they're pretty decently sized. But I mean, what do I know? I guess.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Like maybe it's like you enter the room and you get smaller, or the space gets larger. Who
Right.
knows? Hmm. All right. Well, let's investigate this area then and see if we can find some plants that will.
For sure. Then Nithlia will make an investigation check. All right. What she points out for the rest of you is that there are uh, even more of these awakened shrubs, but these ones don't seem to be hostile. They just seem to be content, uh, remaining huddled in their dormant state, and that they carry a glistening crown of leaves upon their head.
Oh, it said to the riddle. Did it say touch? I can't remember what it said for the
These leafy
activities here.
beds aren't always what they seem. Give them a pat and see what you glean.
Okay.
So I guess we should give one a little pat in the back.
I think you go on top of the head by the crown. I'm not gonna go for the backside.
Okay.
You're right, that's too reaffirming.
Yeah.
So when you pat the shrub on the head, it opens up like a lotus flower, revealing inside a let's see, for Ayland, what you see as it unfurls is a beautiful, cuddly little mascot of Quandrix, which is I believe it's a water elemental.
Quandrix, I believe it's a.
I gotta remember
if it's
the mascot. Doo-doo-doo.
I thought it was some sort of like geometric shape.
It might be. I know it's somewhere. I gotta find it here real quick. Give me a sec. Strixhaven curriculum. Appendix. I guess while I'm doing that, Brian, this was just for your own records here. Wait, do I not have? Huh. I have something kind of like it. But like this is kind of like the general, like you'd have to zoom out quite a bit to see everything, but it's kind of how they represent the 5 colleges. Like they're 5 completely separate areas, and then they all kind of join back in the center.
So Quandrix is the one on the right hand side, right?
Yeah, bottom left. Lorehold's the left side, Quandrix bottom left, Witherbloom
I
bottom
thought
right.
the bottom left is Prismari.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. Quandrix is on
Okay.
the right hand side.
Okay.
Here's the other picture that's like more map-ish.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So this whole school takes up like a country.
Yeah, no, these are like
Basically,
each college
it's
is a
massive.
giant country. They're massive.
Holy hell. Oodle's not gonna make it to class on time.
Rest in peace, Oodle.
Well, thankfully, we're only in the middle section right now.
Yeah, you guys are just in the your guys' starter courses are just. Where the hell did that go? Anyway. Oh, there it is. So I somehow lost sight of the biblioplex that you guys were in.
Right. Well, I've pat that. Now I've got a cuddly little
Mascot, yep.
mascot. All right.
I'm gonna quickly pull it up here and I'll just summarize it real quick. I know the mascots have a thing, description for each of the...
You can always do that another time. That's fine.
Nope. My brain is like, I need to know.
Yeah.
Mascot. Mascots everywhere. There we go.
Can I just take this moment to look at Oodle and try and figure out where I know him from?
That's right. Your mascot is a fractal.
Right.
So it is a stuffy, is a stuffed toy fractal, and like you,
Right.
as soon as you grab it, um, like it would be like you feel like it would be like the most perfect toy to just like pull against your body and just hold it there.
Okay.
You just have this like irresistible urge to just like cuddle with it.
I'll give it a quick squeeze.
Okay. Like
It's a D&D Beanie Baby.
kinda, yeah. So
Yeah.
you do this, and the fractal like latches onto your arm and just stays there. You feel calmly relaxed while it's attached to your arm like this.
Okay.
Dude, you're becoming like 10 or something.
I'm becoming what?
Becoming what? Oodle? What was that?
Oodle's having a stroke.
Yeah, I think he's on his phone again, which might not be helping him.
Yeah. So I have a fractal
You have
mascot
a
attached to my
cuddly
arm.
Strixhaven fractal mascot.
All right. Attaches to body.
Yep. Specifically, can be attached to arm, leg, or shoulder as an action.
Okay.
And remains for 1 hour or until you use an action to remove it. And while it's upon your person, you are oddly resistant to fear.
Interesting.
So as you go to who goes next?
Oh, do we all get to pat one of the
Yeah.
shrubs?
Hell yeah.
All right, I'm going next.
Okay. So you pet yours. You pet a shrub, which then blooms and opens up, and inside is a little stone statue. And like you look at him at first, and he looks like basically like any Gundam or like Power Rangers Megazord toy you've seen in the past. But like when you grab it, it's extremely plushy.
Oh, I'm into it.
It
I'm
looks like
gonna
stone, but it's like
secretly
super
give it a
plushy.
little hug, like one that not ever like I'll turn around, give it a little squeeze.
So you give it a hug, and like you go to like break the hug, and you find it's attached to your shoulder, and just like hugging your shoulder. And you again, much like Aland, like Fear? What is fear? There's no fear here. As long as you have your mascot, there's no fear. You now have a cuddly Strixhaven spirit statue mascot.
That looks horrifying, and Oodle is kind of scared to do it, but he doesn't want to get shown up by somebody whose name is Croak, so he's going to go do it too.
Okay.
Damn right.
So perhaps maybe the most terrifying out of all of these, you pet yours, Oodle, and the shrub awakens and opens its leaves, and there is a pool of black ink just sitting in the bottom.
In the hole in his head, or
Yeah, think of it more like a flower that like opens up to reveal like the middle of the flower. It's not like its head's opening up per se, but
leans forward and sticks his tongue in it.
jeez, what? You put your tongue to it and you find it is surprisingly soft and fuzzy.
Moldy.
Okay.
Did you check the expiration date?
Stick to my mouth forever now.
My lord. Hoping this will show up. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Okay, now if I do that. Okay, give me a second. There we go. Okay. That's what it actually looks like.
Jesus. Happy Halloween. Oh my.
That's the
Holy
silver.
hell.
That's a silver quill mascot, by the way. They're called inklings,
Ooh.
and they normally take the shape. They are an ooze, so they take the shape of a black puddle of ink, and change shape to
Ooh.
fit their.
Oodle's fucking delighted that he licked that thing.
No tongue on the first date? Is that what we're going after
Oh
here?
Jesus!
Exactly.
Lordy. All right, Nithlia and Barry. Nithlia goes to one of the flowers, and a very similar inkling appears. Only this inkling takes the shape of a beautiful black flower before coalescing back into a black puddle of ooze. Barry
So
at
when do they hug it? Does it become like a tattoo on their skin? Or?
oh no, it looks like he's been like tarred. Like
Okay.
Oodle currently looks like there's like a black smear on his shoulder, or on his arm, or on his hand, but it
All
just
over
doesn't
my
come
mouth.
off. What's that?
All over my mouth, because that's where I picked up the thing with my
No,
tongue.
that's not how it works. It's the magic doesn't click to your tongue, arm, leg, or shoulder. Specifically listed.
So it either looks like he's
And he just has an inkling
Hicks-
little stuffy
picked
that.
something and it splashed on his foot, or
Its upper leg, far up as I can go.
Oh Jesus! God damn it. Sure, man. Sure. Whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat. And then lastly, maybe the oddest, after apparently two of you have inkling mascots, Barry goes and pets the awakened shrub, which blooms open, and you hear buzzing and the sound of pitter-patter as a swarm of insects swarms out from the shrub.
Fleshy locusts? Is that what we're looking at here?
What's that?
Fleshy locusts?
It is a plushy pest mascot.
Oodle is instantly terrified, and he's going to throw a chaos bolt at them.
Jesus.
But the one in question that you guys see, that like is the actual form of the plushie. Oh Jesus, that's horrifying. No matter how I'm sorry. This is just horrifying. I'm supposed to just show people this. You sure? All right,
Sure.
That's what it looks like. I'm sorry in advance.
Actually, it's kind of cute.
It's kinda, just a little.
It's not as horrifying as I thought it was. Because you said a swarm.
Well, yeah, these things are like tiny.
Oh, okay.
Like these are like caterpillar sized.
I'm definitely throwing a chaos bolt at that. That is horrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my. Roll for initiative? What are we got?
What's that?
Roll for initiative? Is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Pretty much. But yeah, so those are the mascots that you guys have each acquired from this, and that leaves you guys with one last
last clue.
One last clue.
And it's berries? Is that what it is?
Your Chaos Bolt doesn't seem to phase the magical item, Oodle.
I kind of shiver in fear and get as far away from it as possible.
Some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night.
That would be the stage, I would say. What do you guys think?
What was it again?
Some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night.
Yeah, that's the stage.
Yeah.
Well, let's go over that way.
Hey, Quintilius, get out of here. You're no longer here.
He just stands there all the time.
Shush. I'm not going to make this place seem alive, okay? Okay. So, when you guys reach the amphitheater now, where you originally saw Quintilius standing, I should move you guys down here. There's now a large drawn curtain. Well, damn it. I didn't mean to do that, but shit. Okay, well.
Or you change the parameters of the space, or would you?
Kind of. It just... I wanted to click somewhere and it clicked away and Googled it.
Well, as corny as this is, let's get on stage and perform. What are we supposed to be doing here?
Oh my god, it's one fucking thing. Come on. Don't fuck with me now.
I think we should all perform that tale about that swamp feet stroll we heard from earlier.
And he had a best friend, like it was a donkey, right? And is that what it was? I'm not sure what how the story goes.
There's a cat, some kind of footwear.
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, I'm glad
I
you
know an
all...
old tale from my elf village that I grew up in.
I
It's
really
about a
appreciate that
man
you guys
named
at least
Jack.
got the reference.
Yeah, got the reference pretty quickly.
There's a
know.
man named Jack. Aelin, you can play Jack. Play Rose. And Croak, you can play Billy Zane's character. And we'll perform that.
Who am I playing?
Do you got a script?
I don't need it. I know this by heart.
One of us is Sam, King of the World.
Well, if it's performing, I have some ability that way.
All right. As
Pretty
you guys
cool.
speak of performing, the curtains draw open, and the stage shines a single spotlight upon the center.
Okay. I'll unhook my. Well, in this case, it's kind of like a shamisen. So he goes up there and he. No one else. Okay. And I walk over to the light.
Okay.
We're camera shy.
And I will perform something.
All right. Make a performance check for me.
Let's see if it goes as well as it did last time. When I rolled a 1 for the first roll of the game. Performance.
Woo, not bad. All right. So as you begin to perform, the lights spotlight turns out, and your performance begins. And suddenly we see along the front a light after light after light begins to light up as they come towards you, shining upon you.
I keep playing, and then I'm trying to think, what did the thing say again? And they just keep basically picking away at this.
Some stars are ancient, enduring, and bright, but others, maybe you, are born on opening night. As you finish your performance, the rest of the theatrics die down. The only things remaining are the 5 burning lights that face you.
5 burning lights that face me?
Yep.
How far away are these lights?
They are positioned here on the edge of the stage, and they are basically pointed in your direction to shine the light towards you.
I will walk towards one of the lights.
Okay. As you approach one of the lights, you find that in a small little recess right in front of the light is a hooded lantern.
Hooded lantern.
And looking at each of the other recesses reveals that there are hooded lanterns in each.
Okay. Gentlemen, lady. Looks like we have some lanterns. And I will pick up mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna use it as a dustbin in my room.
We each get one.
Yeah, I think unless one of you doesn't go to retrieve one.
Take Croaks if he's not gonna take it.
No, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah. Oh, this would be useful. Maybe a
And
little bit
upon
less.
inspection, they all appear to be filled with oil. So they are ready to be used if needed.
Well, I'll test mine out. I'll
I'll help you test it out. Let's throw it on Croak.
Jesus. Just we need Croak to be lit on flame. Lit on flame.
He's just trying to bring me down to his peg because he's still like barely clinging on to life.
Put out one health for the last 2 hours.
I mean, that's just how it be.
All right. Well, I will. I'll just do a quick test on it, and using which one is? I'm trying to remember. I think. Or do I have Druidcraft or do I have the other? I forget. Druidcraft. I don't recall if it allows me to light things or not. Oh, I can instantly light or snuff out a candle, torch, or small campfire. I'll try and light the wick.
Yeah, so you turn on the hooded lantern, you introduce a slight flame, and the lantern comes to life. And you're able to use its hood to direct the light in any direction you see fit. This seems to be how they guided the light in your direction when you were singing.
It's good to go. All right. And I will snuff it.
Who in their right mind shall snuff it?
Right
I
here.
snuff it. I shine it in Croak's eyes.
I shine mine back in Oodle's
Y'all are
eyes.
fucking spiteful. Holy
just-
shit.
I think Oodle and Croak are
Well, it
pretending
is like
to
a
fight
university.
sabers.
So this is very similar to that.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it, but
Well, Alien takes it seriously. Croak and Oodle are just playing lightsaber matches with these big lights.
meanwhile, Nithlia has no interest in anything that isn't plant related. Y'all are wild.
We all have focuses. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's true.
Some of us have less focus than others. All right. So, is this it? Is this what we're supposed to just have these things?
Yep. So as you finish, and you each have tested your lanterns and found them to be ready for use. It is another cry from farther down one of the bookshelf aisles. The joyous and energetic atmosphere of the first floor shattered by a panic shout. "The trunk!" A young elf screams, pointing towards the stacks as they run by the group. "The trunk has teeth! Anybody, stop it, please!" And chaos erupts as students who are currently sitting at the library tables stand up and start to flee in every direction as a large wooden trunk upon its side hops along. It's a mouth forming from the wood itself as it chomps down on various chairs and other items. And that's where we'll leave off for this week.
Ready to throw our lamps at him next time, boys?
Yeah, he's wooden.
Yeah, synchronized throw.
5 gallons of oil spill over him, we kill him
And
immediately.
I thank everyone for joining us tonight. I hope you all had fun. And we'll see you guys in a week or so, depending on when we can get schedules together.
Is
You all.
that
Have a good night.
is that when we're planning on